Howdy, y'all. It's OG here. And today we're going muddin'. Yeah, that's right, muddin'. Now, for those of you who don't know what muddin' is, mudding is a sport practiced in the south of the great old US of A, in which good old boys and gals take a variety of off-road vehicles, ATVs, modified trucks, probably snowmobiles, whatever, and they just play around in the mud. I was building something in the VAB. It was an off-roader. I wanted to build an off-roader with rockets, and then I got a little carried away, and I kind of made something with too many wheels. And at that stage I realized it could be used for muddin'. So today we're going muddin'. I hope you enjoy our muddin' with us. So I'm zooming out to find a nice lake. I want mud. Obviously there's no mud in KSP2, unfortunately. So you'll have to imagine that. But we're gonna head for the lake and see what happens when we start muddin'. Well, this is predictable since this is still KSP2, but we can try again. I'll slow it down, try to approach the water slower, maybe not break up so much. Yeah, there we go, now we're inside. And we're inverted, but that's okay. It just adds to the muddin' factor. And hopefully the heads don't hit the ground. Okay, the electric powered wheels are weak. We know that. I wish we had the KSP1 motors, but we don't. Hence I fitted the rockets. And I tried to get something with the right amount of power, not too overpowered. I know the modern community would probably not like that I didn't go overpowered. I just thought something that would work would be best. However, I was a little underpowered. See, I got stuck when I went muddin'. Now, getting stuck is part of muddin', but it ain't fun when you don't get unstuck. And eventually I ran out of fuel. No problem. A little redesign. Fit a bit more fuel. Yeah. Fuel. Now we're going muddin'. Yeehaw. We fitted a bigger engine too. Yeah. Alright, this time I'm heading for the shallow little lake. Or at least I think it's a shallow little lake at this stage. With predictable results. And then the Mudmobile started getting less cooperative. I shouldn't call it a Mudmobile. I'll call it a Mega Bro-Dozer. And if you don't know what a Bro-Dozer is, Google it. And then it started working again. So back we go for more muddin'. Approaching the pond slowly. Don't want it to break up. There we go. No comment. One more redesign. Less clipping parts. We integrate the fuel tank. Now we can go muddin'. Heading back over to the water. Only to experience camera problems. Sorry about the camera angles. It's not my fault. To their credit, I see the developers are aware of some of the camera issues, and I was right about them being linked to staging in some regards. I hope they work on them soon. It would be really nice if they sort them out for the next patch. But I see they're doing a lot of good work for the next patch. Hopefully most of the things will make it into the patch. It's nice that they're now letting us know what they're working on. Because otherwise you're just reporting in the blind and you don't know how many other people have reported the issue or if they're even aware of the issue. KSP developers, I'd like to see a tracker where you have all the issues listed and you say which ones you're working on and which ones you aren't, so that I know what to report. But anyway, back to the Muddin. We're mudding underwater. And we're mudding at about 20 meters per second underwater, which in reality means they would never be holding on. And now it's time to exit the mud bath. Okay, it's more of a water bath, but we're calling it a mud bath. But then the dozer flips over. Unfortunately, the sides of this pond, pool, lake, mud thing are quite steep, making it very difficult for one to extract one's dozer. Bob is like, I am over this. I'm going home to have some apple pie. And he leaves the dozer, which then inexplicably floats to the surface. Inexplicably. Only Bob's too short to get out, so he drowned. Then I had a great idea. What if I just drive all the way to the end of the runway? Like I did during the speed records and things. Unfortunately, this is not a speed record vehicle, so it takes a while. Much time warping later, it started becoming dark, so I had to time warp into the next day. And then I took a right turn and headed off for the beach. Because what better place to mud than in the sand dunes on the shoreline? Water and sand. And a dozer. Everything a Kerbal needs for mudding. Okay, she works in the sand dunes. So this is looking good. Now I'm building up the confidence to head down to the shoreline and start some proper mudding. Yeah! Use that rocket. Okay, now we don't want to go too deep into the sea because then it just starts floating and breaking again. So just a little bit of mudding depth. There we go. We're mudding. We've slowed down. Come on, little electric engines, do your thing. Nah, we'll just use the big rocket instead. Yeah, mudding. Not the fastest mudding, but we're mudding. Okay, now take it easy. Take it easy. This thing is flimsy. Don't you go and break it now, Bob. Oh, Bob. So after all of that, it broke, and I was very upset. But then I realized it was mudding. Look at it mudding. Yeehaw, look at it go. Call Cletus, call Billy Bob, call Bubba Ray. We are mudding. Yeah. That's how you mud. Go, Bob, go. Now this is mudding. Yeehaw. Muddin' don't get no better than that. Until you land up upside down stuck on the seabed. Oh well, we got our spacesuits on. Bob, we're stuck. Bob, go call the tow truck. Bob, Call the tow truck. Bob's not too bright. Bob, we're going to drown if you don't call the tow truck. Bob finally realized that they were stuck. And he went off to call the tow truck. Luckily, Bob can swim. Okay, Bob, call the tow truck. Tow truck! Bob jumped to look for the tow truck. Tow truck! Anyway, there's more to the story, but we're not going to go into that now. I hope you enjoyed watching the Kerbals out muddin', and that you will stay tuned to this channel, and I'll see you again soon. OG out.